Hey guys, basically this is the first tutorial on the VB show. Um, Basically what I'm going to be doing is we're giving you in the first tutorial I'm going to be giving you a rundown of basically all the things you need to do to create a project, designing a basic user interface, how to like customize the settings for the application once it opens, and just basically information on the language and stuff. First of all, I'll show you how to start a new application. So once you open Visual Basic, Visual Studio 2008, 2010, whatever you're using, probably from 2008, 2002, 2010 is what I'll be staying with. To open a new project, you want to press Control N, and this window will pop up. On the left hand side here, you want to choose Visual Basic, and on the right hand side, you want to choose Windows Forms Application. And down the bottom here, you want to enter the name of the application you want to create. I'll just name mine Tutorial 1. Hit OK, and if you give it a minute or two, it will load up all the things you need to create the application. May take a second. Down here, you'll see what it's actually doing. It says creating project Tutorial 1. So now that you've created this, if you're going to give it a couple of seconds to create all the settings here, basically you'll have a window that looks like this. We have your user interface design here, and your properties for the form or whatever you've clicked on down the right, sorry. So basically, first of all, if you click the form, on the right here, you want to see scroll down to where it says text, and you'll see it says form 1. You want to change that to like the name of your application, so let's just go Tutorial 1 again, and you'll notice on the top here of the box it says Tutorial 1. So when you run your application, up the top up here it will say Tutorial 1. Also the start position, you can leave it in default if you want, but I usually go with center screen, which means it'll open up right in the middle of your screen, which is very useful. You also have size options and stuff like that, but I'll leave that for the time being. I'm just going to show you how to customize the colours and stuff like that. So if you scroll up a little bit on this bar, you'll notice there's on the left hand side here, you'll notice one called background colour or background image. Show you how to use colour first, we'll get into images later on. You click the little box and then click the little arrow that appears, it's like a down arrow, and you'll get this, and usually I click custom, and you'll get the colour palette, and then you just pick the colour that suits you. Let's go with a light grey, and you can also customize the font. So do the same again, click the font, click the little dots, and you'll get a pop-up with fonts. I'm just going to go with Arial, regular, and 11. You'll notice the box gets a little bit bigger, so just resize that back down. You also have 4-color, which is the colour of your font. So I'm going to change the colour of my font to white, and that's me all set for the designing. So basically that's how you do the basic design of colour and font on your application. There's not much more to that. You can add images and things like that, which I'll get into in more detail. Another little helping hand is you'll notice there's an icon here, so 3 little boxes with lines. If you go down here and see where it says icon, if you click that you can change it. There's also an icon option to disable the icon, so that you don't have to see the icon. There it's there. If you scroll down, you'll see one that's called show icon. You can just change it to false and the icon will disappear. But for the time being, we'll just leave that on. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to customize the options of your form. So basically on the right hand side you'll see something called Solution Explorer. If you hover over that, it should open up like this, and you want to double click the bit that's called My Project, and the page should look like this. I know the quality is not great and you can't really see the writing, but basically down the left you have options. It says application, compile, debug, references, resource, services, settings, signing, my extensions, security, and publish. You want to click application, and if you scroll down you'll see a lot of options where it says startup form. You choose the form that will open once you run your application. You also want the assembly information, which choose the version and like the title, the description, the company, the product name, the copyright settings, things like that, the GUID as well. Just leave that all default for the time being. Once you scroll down, you'll see a couple of checkboxes. One of them says make single instance application. You want to click that. That means that the application will only open up once. You also have shutdown mode, which you can use when the last form closes or when the startup form closes. I go with when the last form closes, and basically that's your customise the options there. I mean, you can do the compile options, you can go through all of this on your own, but that's the basic ones. We'll get into more detail in the next tutorial. So basically we'll go back to here, and I'll show you how to open. If you double click on the form, if you just double click, you'll notice this appears, and you'll see private sub 1 base handle and all that. That's your code. So basically you can type in your code in here like so. I'll just type in something like let's go with if me dot show equals true, message box hello. Sorry about the fast typing there. Got an error. Okay, that's not working out here. We'll just put in message box hello, and you'll notice up the top here in this bar there's a little, it's like a play sign that says start debugging. You can click that, or you can hit F5, and you'll notice that the application will load. And there you go, tutorial says help hello. If I click OK, it will load this. This is your actual application here, as you can see. It's running in the background there. You can open it up full and close it as well. So basically that is the basic options for Visual Basic. We'll do another tutorial tonight on exporting programs, basic coding of a program, and how to set up buttons to close your program and things like that. So yeah, if you'd like to check it out, then just come back onto the YouTube channel. I'll still be live, so you'll be able to see this going down live as well. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and this was basically the first live tutorial. Thank you.